What is going on, everyone? It is Super here, and I'm bringing you guys another Injustice 2 video. And today we're going to be doing a little breakdown on only Superman gameplay. I'm going to be doing this for every single character shown at the E3 build. We got a ton of gameplay, a ton of information, but sadly we didn't get too much gameplay from Superman. The same thing goes for Batman and Aquaman. Obviously, they're returning characters from Injustice 1, so a lot of people, want to see the newer characters, Gorilla Grodd, Supergirl, and Atrocitus. So it's completely fine, they want to show off the new toys in the game. So let's get started here with the first thing that I'm going to be talking about with all these characters, which is their character abilities, their stats. So at the beginning of the game, when you go to the character select screen, you actually get a little chart that says, your character's base stats, your character not upgraded at all. So I'm gonna go with Superman stats here, and a non-upgraded Superman starts off with 95 health, 100 defense, 105 ability, and 115 strength. So obviously, Superman is a powerful character. He's a heavy hitter. His trait allows him to do more damage to your opponents. So that's what you want to do as Superman. You want to play him offensively. You want to get your hits in there because you're gonna do a lot of damage. So moving on here to his trait is returning the rage. It powers you up. It gives you more damage whenever you're doing combos. Another move that's returning is his forward 2-3, which is his bread and butter like combo string, which I'll show you guys. I'll put up a little combo demonstration from Injustice that I recorded yesterday. A lot of these combos are going to retain in Injustice 2, but there is going to be a difference with the scoop, which I'll talk about in a bit. But the only difference between Injustice 2 Superman's forward 2-3 is that the forward 2 actually starts off as a high. I got this information from a couple of pro players, talking about Superman's moves. The forward 2-3 into breath is still safe on block. It's a good way to, hit confirm your forward 2-3 into either regular breath, which would make you safe on block, or, hit confirm it into the meter burn one, which will launch your opponent, or it'll freeze your opponent and you're going to be able to continue your combo. The forward 2-3 is still safe on block. That means the breath is still safe on block. But it starts off as a high now. I think in Injustice 1, it was a 10 frame mid, which was amazing because it went full like character length. It was just a ridiculously good move. So they made it a high this time so you could actually duck it and don't have to take that. So moving on here, we're going to talk about the scoop. Superman's scoop has been changed for Injustice 2. Now, whenever you do the regular scoop, which is down forward 1, it's going to scoop your opponent up in the air, and Superman is gonna fly up and hit you. So it's pretty much like a combo ender now. But if you meter burn it, you get the same characteristics as you did in Injustice 1. I guess they thought that having a free launcher to go with a lot of the damage that Superman is able to do was a little bit too strong, which, if they scale it properly, it wouldn't be too strong. I just like having the cool looking combos where you can launch your opponent and then do other stuff. You know what I mean? But I understand where they're coming from. So if you do want to get the pop-up, the scoop like you did in Injustice 1, you're going to have to meter burn it. You're going to have to spend the bar of meter to extend that combo, which kind of sucks because now for the bread and butter combos that I was showing you guys before, you're actually going to have to spend 2 bars of meter. So hopefully the damage scaling isn't as much as it was in Injustice 1, because then it's not going to be worth it at all. Like the bread and butter combos did around 35% with 1 bar, non-powered up, of course. So if they do a little bit more, maybe bump it up to 40% because you are spending 2 bars on the meter burn scoop and the meter burn breath, then that would be fine. So moving on here, I definitely noticed that Superman had at least 1 command grab in here. He had 1 command grab. I noticed that a lot of the characters actually had a command grab. Of course, you go the regular grabs. The animation is clear that it's a actual grab. A grab that you could tech. But there's a couple of clips where he actually grabs your opponent, and it definitely looks like a command grab. So that's something new right there. His 111 string returns, a charge punch returns as well. A lot of the same moves are returning, but they did get changed a little bit. To me, it seemed like the laser eyesight, the laser beam, the regular laser beam, it looks like it's a lot slower on startup, but it recovers a lot faster, which I'll take the trade-off. I noticed in Injustice, whenever I wanted to do like an instant air laser beam, it took me so long to land, and the recovery frames were crazy that, if someone was even close to me, I could get easily punished unless I meter burn it to make it completely safe. So if it's a little bit slower, but it has, better recovery, I'll definitely take that trade. I also noticed that the OTG is back, the one where you jump and then Superman launches down and hits your opponent on the ground. That actually could, bump your opponent off the ground. Like, it's called OTG to continue your combo, or not continue your combo, to pretty much like reset them. And what Supermans would do before is they would actually end their combos in forward two, down 1, 3. It was like a combo string that made Superman come really close to your opponent and knock them down, and you were able to do that, and your opponent had to guess whether it was a back to block or front to block, and that was a way to mix your opponent up. And it looks like you cannot do that anymore from that specific string. Like I mentioned, got this information from Perfect Legend. He tested this out, said that you can't do it from that string anymore, but the properties for the downward punch OTG is still the same, which is pretty good. There's still always going to be a way to, make that really, really good if it does OTG. He still has this forward 3, which it's, his overhead punch. He still has the same launcher. And I think that is pretty much it. Like I mentioned, we didn't see too much gameplay from good old Soups here, but I tried to, pay attention and break down whatever I could, and also, went on Test Your Might, went on a lot of these guys' Twitters that actually got to play Superman, and, they gave some good information. So thank you to those guys. Of course, Test Your Might is always linked in the description whenever I do these sort of videos, and I get info from their site. So that is going to be it for the Superman breakdown video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think next up will be Supergirl, because she was definitely my favorite character from all these 6 in the E3 build. So that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.